Doing a little video here. This is a customer had, not a customer, I would say customer. This is a YouTube watcher that has this Miracle A7, and he was having trouble decoding the number 4 cut. He said decoding the number 4 cut, or I mean decoding a number 4, and the machine was reading the number 5. So I'm not quite sure exactly what the problem was, but we're going to decode the key that he was trying to do and see if we could recreate the problem. So he had a 2014 Toyota Corolla. He was trying to decode the key, and it wasn't working properly. And apparently there were some number 4 cuts. So let's first just try to decode a blank key and make sure that it's reading 1111 on a blank key. So that car actually, I'm using a non-chip key, which is a TR47. We're gonna go decode position. Okay. Okay, now it's gonna decode a blank key. So it should come out to be all ones. Now this is a 10 cut key. And all ones, so successful. Okay, and it's all ones. Okay, so it does decode that correctly. Now let's put a cutter in, and we'll actually cut a key by code, and we'll try to decode. We'll know what cuts we put in because we're going to cut it. So let me set the phone down here while I change this cutter, the probe out to a cutter, and then give that a try. Oops. Okay. Sorry about that. Got it all changed out. Got a blank key in. And then let's go to, let's get a real code for a Toyota. Close this out. Okay, so the car they're working with is a Toyota Corolla 2014, and then we got some codes here. So let's codes to cut, and we'll just make one up. Hopefully it's one in the sequence here. So we'll go 5 0 100. Oops. Okay, so that's a 50100, and there is a number 4 cut in there, so that's good because that's what he was having trouble with. And we're going to cut that right now onto this TR47. We just have to write down the number here. We'll have to go back and forth. So it's 2334. So let's go here. Two, 3, 3, 4, and then the next 4 is 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then it's 3, 2. Three, 2. Okay, so we got it in there. If you hear, there's a storm outside of my van right now. Or start the cutter. Well, we'll see it cuts that. Okay. Let's blow that off a little bit. Just want to get any burrs off of there, because I'm just going to leave it in there and want to decode it right from here. Okay. So, there's our cuts right there. I'm going to just erase those off the screen there. Okay. Now we want to change the probe. Let me set this down here while I change the probe. Alright, so I put the probe in. Now we're just going to go decode it and see what happens. We know the cuts already. Like that. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we decoded it. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it came up with 233423123. Okay, so let's check it, which doesn't look like that's right. So we're gonna go. Oh yeah, 2334. Okay, that's right. Let's check the next four. Next four should be 2312. So we'll go here. 2312 and then 32. So check. And then 32. So it did decode it correctly. So we cut the Toyota key to the code, and then we decoded our key, and it did decode it correctly, and it did also decode the number 4. Now, this is what I think has happened. I cut this one by code, but I intentionally cut it deeper. And I did that to show, and with a bunch of 4 cuts, but they're a little bit deeper. And just to show you what happens if it's cut too deep. So now, we'll take this out of here, and we're going to decode the one that's cut too deep. And it has all kinds of 4s cuts. Okay, I guess let's put it down one more time. This is almost done here. Sorry about being such a long video. I'm just trying to figure out what the problem is. And this is what I think the problem is. I've had this happen before where a customer's brought me a key, and it's been a copy, and their key works okay in their car, but because the key is off, it could be a little bit deeper. This miracle machine is looking to read the exact code, not deeper depth. Oh, look at that slipping in there. Alright. Okay. So I got that key clamped in there, and so we're going to erase this code here. Now I wrote down the codes for this key I cut, but I eventually cut them actually deeper. So let's and I cut them on one of my other machines in the shop. So let's see what happens if we decode this one here. So we're gonna go there. I cleared it out. We're decode. Okay. So this is cut wrong, but a hair deeper. He's going to read it right now. 2, 3. Okay, right there. So that was the 5th cut, but that was a. I think that was the 5th cut. So it tried to read it, but it wouldn't read it, and it reset on the 5th cut. It was trying to read the code and it wouldn't do it. Let's do that one more time. So these are all cut too deep. So start decoding. Okay. So we're decoding it again. So that's the number 4, 3, and that's the number 4. Okay, right there, that number 4 cut, but it's really would be like a number 5, and it seizes up right there, and it won't go any farther, and it won't read it. That's what I think's happening, but you know, it was hard to tell. But I've had that happen before, where a customer has a key and I'm go to decode it so I can see what tumblers to put in the lock, and it doesn't decode properly. And it's not the fault of the machine, it's the fault of whoever originally cut that blank, a hardware store, or the key's too worn. So it's actually looking for the right measurements when it decodes. But if it doesn't have the right measurements, like this one we just cut, the decoded perfect, we were able to cut it and decode it perfectly. That's what I think's happening with your machine. You're trying to, really what you need to do is just duplicate their key, or you're going to have to eyeball the cuts. Say, well, that looks like a number 4, and then punch it into your machine. But yeah, that's what I think's happening. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. I wasted a couple blanks. I was just curious what was going on. Hopefully that's some help to you. Anyways, Steve signing off.